It is 9 days past the Ides of March, the 24th. Spring is here. The cherry blossoms are blooming in Washington. Your democracy is under attack. This is the warning. Let's start with Donald Trump's special envoy to the Middle East. His pal, an unqualified Manhattan real estate developer, Steve Witkoff. Now, until this weekend, it wasn't readily apparent what qualification Witkoff brought to the job that sees him flying around the world on American government aircraft doing the work that Secretary Little Marco is supposed to be doing. But then he revealed it, of course, on Fox News. And there, Steve Witkoff made clear the United States government's position is indistinct from Vladimir Putin's when it comes to Ukraine. The Trump government, the United States government, now completely, totally, 100% toes Vladimir Putin's line.
In my 68 years on this earth, I've never, ever seen a situation where there isn't two sides to a story. It's just never as black and white as people want to portray. So there are grievances on both sides.
Steve Witkoff is the latest American fool to be had. George Bush looked into Putin's eyes and saw his soul. Steve Witkoff doesn't think he's a bad guy at all. No difference. None at all. A good guy, like the Prime Minister of Canada. The difference, of course, now, Canada is a country being targeted for attack. Economic, who knows? Militarily, Pete Hegseth, he that wishes to change the name of the Department of Defense after 80 years' time to the Department of War. This clown, festooned with Christian nationalist tattoos. What contempt serious senior military officers must have for this man. Look at this post on X. How unserious can you possibly be? This man runs the Department of Defense. It's ludicrous. Like Fetterman being a senator. But let's not linger on the ludicrous today. Let's get right to the heart of sinister. Let's watch Pam Bondi, excited, with her little tiny Christian cross set against her bleached blonde Barbie do. Let's listen to the threats.
This is domestic terrorism. And Maria, now you have this Congresswoman Crockett who is calling for attacks on Elon Musk on her birthday. Let's take him out on my birthday, she says. And yet she turns and says, oh, I'm not calling for violence. Well, she is an elected public official. And so she needs to tread very carefully.
Now, riddle me this, Attorney General Bondi. These people, they're not terrorists. The ones who came to the Capitol, the ones Trump pardoned, that ended the peaceful transition of power, commenced upon the transition from George Washington to John Adams. They're not terrorists. People who beat the police. Didn't happen, right? Didn't see it. Oh, those great patriots of January 6th. I wonder, Pam Bondi, if there's a spot for them on the anniversary parade of the country, the 250th mark of our Day of Independence on July 4th of 2026. Should those great patriots, those January 6th heroes, those Minutemen of the 21st century, should they march at the front of the column? Maybe the domestic terrorists that truly threaten us, those that dare to spray paint a Tesla dealership, should be put in cages and rolled down the middle of Pennsylvania Avenue. And the MAGA faithful can come from all the land and jeer and throw things at them. And then those terrorists could be stoned or hung or shot or killed. It doesn't really matter, so long as the manner of execution is in public. It would be grand getting these terrorists. The indignation, the rage of Pam Bondi, Attorney General of the United States. Is she focused on protecting this country from an attack like happened on 9/11? 2 months into her job? Not quite. By the way, what did she say at her confirmation hearings? What did she say about the January 6th criminals and terrorists that were pardoned by Trump?
If confirmed and if asked to advise the president, I will look at each and every file, but let me be very clear in speaking to you. I condemn any violence on a law enforcement officer in this country. I will not politicize that office. I will not target people simply because of their political affiliation. Justice will be administered even-handedly throughout this country.
Oh, I see. Her voice, quite different, isn't it? Power. It's flushed her up. The chief law enforcement officer on Fox with her little cross telling people, watch out what you say or the government's coming after you. I'll call you a terrorist. Hey, lady, let me just say this. All across the world, dictators call protesters, dissenters, terrorists. Spray painting a Tesla dealership is suddenly terrorism? This is the province now of the Attorney General of the United States, not a state district court, not a vandalism charge. Over at the Pentagon, apparently Elon Musk, partner of the Chinese government, was shown the most sensitive war plans that the country has should we go to war with China. When word leaked out to the news media by patriots at the Pentagon who understand how wrong and dangerous this is and that it will kill young Americans because Elon Musk, the ketamine addict, cannot be trusted with this information. When that story was printed, the rage of the MAGites became unquenchable. And so now the Pentagon, under the leadership of its own Captain Queeg, Pete Hegseth, is searching for the leakers or strawberries. Polygraphs are to be used. Elon is to be defended by the Department of War at all costs under the leadership of Generalissimo Field Marshal Pete Hegseth, the drunk and accused rapist. And if you didn't get the message, Attorney General Barbie with her little cross snarling into the Fox News camera wants you to know that if you spray paint that Tesla building because Elon Musk is trying to tear down the United States, you're a domestic terrorist. Let's get to the bottom of something. I'm an American citizen. How dare these people, confirmed, appointed, elected, take the tone with us that they're taking? They are arrogant beyond measurement. They are puffed up with power beyond description. They are riding high before their inevitable fall. They are threatening us. They are attacking the American people. Billionaire shysters like Howard Lutnick are threatening the existence of millions of America's senior citizens. It's unnecessary. It's uncalled for. It's disgusting. And I'm certainly sick of it. And so should you be. It's intolerable. The threats, the constant payback. This sick man, elected by 49.9% of the vote, is no Caesar. He is no king. He's a scumbag from Queens who tragically was elected president because of the greatest single failure of a political party in American history. Trump's Star Wars creature cantina bar scene of ne'er-do-wells. The greatest assortment of unqualified criminal scumbags, accused rapists, and disordered personalities ever put together in American history and given power are going to do a lot of damage. Right now, remember every word and every appearance. Sit back knowing that you'll be right if you believe that someday, pretty soon, a teary Carolyn Levitt will be on some television, being interviewed on a morning show as her book comes out, talking about how she just got all caught up in it. She didn't mean it. She'll be divorced from her 60-year-old husband, no doubt by then. Estranged from Trump and MAGA. A heroine put forward by the corporate media. A lost sheep who has found her way. It's as clear as day where all of this is going. 10 years from now, not one of these people will admit to even knowing Trump. Thank God we have the videos, because we'll have a lifetime to remind them. After we put this insanity down, unleash an idealistic awakening, take our country back, and put this rancid movement back underground, sealed under concrete, where it belongs, hopefully with some wisdom for the next generation of Americans who won't be so lackadaisical when an existential threat rises. They'll remember what happened when everyone laughed, except for a few. at a man named Trump and all of his loathsome minions like Pam Bondi. I'm Steve Schmidt. This is The Warning. I invite you to join this community where I promise to be honest, blunt, and direct about what is happening in this country. America is in crisis. Follow and subscribe to this channel and on Substack. Thank you.